Look at that guy sitting on the stump. I could totally see you. Can we get a good enough cast to get to? Here he comes. You see how he came right off that sucker? He's seeking us right now. We're gonna go down to him, let him bite it. There, I'm gonna lower it down to him. There he was. Ah, dang it. How do you miss that? Today's episode, guys, this is what's gonna happen. Floating a bobber, spawn fishing is upon us. Well, it's official. The fish have started to move back in these coves. That's a small guy, but man, he was aggressive, and they are back here. So now the key is we just got to find structure. One thing you guys don't want to miss always is when you see laydowns just like that. See those guys that are just laying down? There's a big laydown right there, there. One of the things that is kind of interesting is that people will bypass stuff like that that is so obvious. That's right, the spawn is upon us, no doubt about it. It has started, and once these fish get back to these spawning areas, they typically stay back here. I don't care about the cold fronts, and yes, they might push back a little bit, you know, get to the 6 to 8 feet depth wise, but when they're up here, and I don't care what the cold front does once they're actually up here. Now, don't ignore laydowns when you see them on the bank. It's so easy to do. You know, you're live scoping, and you don't even notice the laydown over there. All you have to do is scan over there. So today, spawning tactics, that's what we're going to talk about. I even have minnows in the boat. Check it out right there. Minnows are in the boat. We're going to use minnows. I'm going to show you my float setup for the guide trips. I love my float setup. It's a unique float, I think. Most people are going to use slip floats all day long. I use a slit float, also called a slotted float, also called a peg float, also called a cigar float. There's so many names for it now. We're going to go through that setup. But in terms of spawning fish, don't ignore the obvious, which is right on the shoreline. And when you see a laydown, go look at it. Let's go. Fishing the boat, beautiful day. Very windy day, actually. So we're back in the coves, checking it out. And we're checking these back of the coves where these fish are, prepping for guide service. Let's go. Boat. Now, one of the things I will do is I will use LiveScope to look for action. So I'm looking for action on the monitor right now. Like, where's all the fish movement? The fish movement's going to be all up in this area here. I just saw a ton of them right there moving around. Those are probably crappie. Now, they could be bluegill, a couple other things, but this time of year, we're guessing that they're crappie. So that's how I'll utilize LiveScope when I'm float fishing. But basically, once I've identified an area like this, I'm going to typically just go back to traditionally just looking at the float and fishing like we did back in the day. Now, another thing, the way that I do a minnow is I go eye to eye. I think it gives it a lot of action, and it tends to keep them alive. As long as you don't hit the brain, it tends to keep them alive a lot longer. I used to go chin to nose, chin to nose, but I've definitely backed off on that because I felt like it clamped their mouth shut and it wasn't allowing them to get enough, oxygen for themselves. So we got a fish all over that minnow right now. All right. Might be fish around here. Let's try something else. So that's my float setup. Let me just a small little guy, obviously, but let me give you the finer points of this setup real quick. Okay, guys, what I use is a number 4 hook. Number 4 hook is my sweet spot. I also sometimes will use a number 2 if I'm on a bigger fish lake. Number 7 split shot, always only about 6 inches from the hook. 6 inches from the hook. That's it. I don't want that minnow to outrun the crappie, so it's kind of tethering it a little closer. And then this is the slotted float that I use right there. Camel. It's a 2-inch Absolutely love it. On and off, easy slide up and down. I can adjust extremely fast with this float on the guide trips. Totally recommend it. I typically get them at Grizzly Jig, to be quite honest with you. That's where I get them. Buy them in bulk, and I absolutely love them. A 10-footer is absolutely the best rod, in my opinion, for float fishing. Gives you the ability to do a lot of things, and so consider the 10-footer, especially I'm using the striker. The striker today. There's a better view of it right there. So we're going to switch it up though. We're going to go with a plastic real quick and see how aggressive these fish truly are. And we're going to use the king's tail. So for you guys that like the shorter rods, you're going to appreciate this. There we go. And we've got some crazy amount of movement over here, so this might be a good spot to start with, just based on the, you know, anytime I see this many fish, and although the fish that we have caught so far have been relatively small, you can guarantee you that there is some big fish here too. There's a better one. All right, I like this. Boom, right there, guys. Good fish. Boom. All right. There we go. You gotta love it. Look at this guy right underneath this man. Here's another fish right here. They're all over this point. Got that fish. Dandy. Love making these episodes. When we make a big transition to spawning fish, fishing under a float, that's a great fish. We're gonna let them go. We always let them go. I absolutely love it. Now you can catch them any way you'd like, but I tell you what, there's no better way than traditionally with a float under a good leader, a number 7 split shot and a number 4 hook. 10-footer is awesome. Just what I did there. I didn't have to cast it. I was right off the edge, but I can get a little bit further away from the boat with a 10-footer. So consider the 10-footers. Now I use a 30-quart Engel cooler. I think that's awesome. Don't go for the 19. I've got a 19-quart, whatever it is, the smaller one. I'm telling you, the better option is the bigger one. I know it costs a little bit more money, but really gives your minnows the amount of water that they need, and you can preserve them much longer. Don't you hate it when you go to the bait store and they're out of minnows, right? But hey, if you had a bigger quart, you probably could have saved some of those extra minnows from the previous day, whereas those smaller quarts just don't hold the water, in my opinion. So I also use the lithium rechargeable Engel pump. I don't like their customer service that much, to be quite honest with you, because I've had issues with them, but I do like that pump because I can recharge it and I don't have to continue to put D batteries in there, obviously. So we're fishing with a bunch of stuff. Now we do have, I'll throw a hair jig at them today as well, but we're going with a plastic, we're going with a minnow. I love traditional stuff, and it just works well. Now I do use the really small, the same braid I use when I cast, just the Comet 10-pound from Sniping Braid. But let's put more fish in the boat. This is awesome. I love springtime fishing. It's just fantastic. Tomorrow's trip is a dad and a daughter, and it just doesn't get any better than that. So here we go. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. Good fish. We don't horse them in if we don't have to. This is gonna be a real good fish. That's what I'm talking about. Ugh. Today's episode, guys, this is what's gonna happen. Floating a bobber, spawn fishing is upon us. All right, but we've got a lot of fish on the scope right now, and I'll tell you right now, I'm liking how this looks over here. Well, guys, that's gonna end it. Great day on the water, great morning on the water. Fish are everywhere, and you gotta love the spawn for this. Spawn's gonna last a while, probably about a month anyway, and they just continue to come in. So get out, take your kids, enjoy the time. It doesn't get any better. Extremely enjoyable, and bring it back to the day, man. Do the float fishing. It's a fantastic experience. Take it easy, and please consider the membership on the channel. Yep, just hit that join button. Take it easy.